I spoke a little bit about my upbringing in East Harlem in the other day on my video, but it was a very, very unique neighborhood. I was born on 113th Street and First Avenue. My mother had a butcher's shop with my father on the corner. My grandfather had a fish store right next door and a candy store. And right across the street was a park called Thomas Jefferson Park. It was a wonderful place to grow up in. We had a pool, a 16-foot pool, a huge 3-foot pool. And in the back, behind the pool, there were gardens where they would take us and we would plant vegetables. But when we got into our teens and we wanted to go into the pool, we'd like to go night swimming. And not every night they had night swimming. But what we would do is climb over the fence. And the cops would come around every once in a while and would do their whistles and their flashlights, and it was so much fun and running away from them. I ripped many a dress when I was younger. We used to go to school, we used to wear dress, you weren't allowed to wear pants. A lot of dresses I tore. My mother used to get so upset. How many dresses you gonna rip? That Jefferson Park, Thomas Jefferson Park, there was a big building in the back. We called it the White House because it looked just like the White House. There was basketball courts and baby pools. The baby pool we used to walk through. And right at the end of the park was Rayo's Bar. And Harry the Greek, his hot dog stand. And Benjamin Franklin High School. They renamed it. And along that avenue, it was Pleasant Avenue. We used to have the feast there. What memories, I'm telling you. It was a wonderful time. My sisters were 11 and 13 years older than me. And I looked up to them, and I miss them so much right now. I looked up to them. I used to watch my sister going out on a Saturday night. They used to go dancing in the Stardust Ballroom. I was like 8, 9 years old. I used to watch her get all dressed up with her big earrings. That's where I got my love of big earrings from my sister Rose. And the big earrings, and they used to go dancing. My sister Ann never went too much. She had her boyfriend right from the start, Ralph, my brother-in-law Ralph. They're all gone now. Rocco DeLeonardis was Rose's boyfriend, but he went into the Army, took up drafting, then became an architect when he came out. But, and in front of the Thomas Jefferson pool, there was a horse trough. Well, years ago, there wasn't cars, but the horses would come by and have some water out of the trough. It took a long time before they removed that. And in the middle of the street, there was a little island. And I remember on the 4th of July, all the big wise guys, they used to put firecrackers along that little island in the middle. And they'd light them up one at a time. And they'd go off for hours and hours and hours on the 4th of July. My mother used to get a headache. They would go into 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You'd never get to go to sleep. And everybody knew everybody. You walk down the street. It was high. Never locked your doors. Didn't lock the doors, never. We were on the 2nd floor. My grandmother was in the building next door on the 1st floor. My Aunt Camilla was in the building on the 3rd floor. Right around the corner, the first building on the corner was my Aunt Rose, my Aunt Margie, They all had apartments. We could call each other. It was the air shaft where we used to hang our clothes. You'd be able to call them, Rosie, Camilla. Oh my God, what days those were. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk a little more about East Harlem. Wonderful growing up there. Not like today. All they do is on their phones. We went out, when I came home from school, I went to PS 102. My girlfriend Marie Giardulo, she found me on my YouTube channel. We used to come home from school, go upstairs, change, and then go across the street to the park with my cousins. My cousin Ann, my cousin Vito, my cousin Bubbo. We were all close then. Now, Ann passed away, Vito passed away, Bubbo and there are one's in Florida, who's in the Bronx. I'm up here in no man's land. Oh, well. Until next time, I'll see what I could talk about. East Harlem, I could talk about all day long. We knew people from 118, 106, 104, and we don't say 100. It was 110, 116. I hung out 116 Pleasant Avenue. I hung out 106. Oh, well. Until next time.